the title's not clickbait. As of the past month, I have been in the top 100 lists in the nation for chess. Maybe ask me, oh, how'd you do this? Like, what's it for? And yeah, I guess I'll get into that story. So if we go to view the top 100 lists in the world, it's obscure, but if we go to online blitz ratings, top under age 18. See, it's going to be top 100 with, you have all the grandmasters at the top. But then as we go down, 16 years old, Minnesota, 1918. Number number 90 in the whole nation. So you're probably asking, okay, how does one get to be here? And well, there are tournaments on chess.com which are rated through USCF, like there's like cheat detection stuff, and it gives you an official USCF rating of online blitz. As you can see, these are all my ratings. Um, this is updated by the way, but since this video will be coming out before my recap of round two, which will be coming out tonight of my latest tournament, this rating isn't quite up to date, and the event has been rated. Look at that. Online blitz rating 1918, and on my profile top 100 rankings. Whereas here's where I am just overall in my regular rating. So you may be asking, okay, well, how'd you get to this? Well, let's see. Here we are. And here is the 7 round tournament that we went through. If you can't see my rating right now, we are, as of this first game of the tournament, 2161. So I was pretty strong at this time. Uh, there we go. 2161, and yeah, let's see how I made top 100. Uh, what we get is C4, and we get this sort of Grunfeldish structure where the Grunfeld in chess is an opening that comes from positions similar to this, where it goes we go here, here, uh, here, here. They give a pawn, takes, here, and they go here. And pretty much their whole goal is to undermine the center, right? But the key thing to pay attention to is this this sort of structure. So if we go to the actual position, as you will see, we get something similar, except he hasn't gone here yet. So he takes, and goes here. So what I do is I want to try and get my bishop on this long diagonal. So he develops his knight, and I put my bishop there. He goes bishop e7, and I castle. Again, this is a blitz match, so don't expect too good of play. But yeah, whatever. I go h3 to kick the bishop, and pretty much I'm just developing my pieces, trading off, and right now gaining space in the center. So right now I'm just putting pressure on his queen side. I'm looking to maybe expand the king side. Apologies for going quick through the games. There's a lot of games to go through. Um, but more or less in this game, we traded everything off, and then I bring my king. We start trading, and suddenly my pawns are really fast. And within a few moves, we simply checkmate him with the bishop. Starting off our tournament with a 1 out of 1 score. Game two was against a slightly stronger player, about 1800, and this was definitely not a clean game, so if that's what you're looking for. You're not gonna get it. We get a London. I play this C5 way I played against London. He checks me, I block the check, and he just starts putting pressure on my knight. And some shenanigans happen, but pretty much I just trade things off. Okay. Um, anyways, a lot of shuffling ensues, and I managed to get into this endgame. We're pretty much mostly equal pawns, but I'm down one. So maybe ask me, well, how do you win this? Well, I guess let's find out. How do I win against a weaker player who's only about 1800, but I'm about 2168 at the time? Well, by checking him and returning, he offers a draw, and I decline. I don't want to draw with him because he's so much lower rated. He goes here, and pretty much I trade everything off, give him a check, give him another check, and now I am just trying to get my king over to his pawns. But look, his king's arriving first. This looks scary, but suddenly, oh, suddenly, how's he stop my pawn? In fact, what if we just check him and then win his pawn? And now suddenly, I win all of his pawns and then promote win on time. Got lucky, but can't complain, can we? Look at that. The opponents keep getting stronger. Now we have a 1900. See how this goes. We get Queen's Gambit declined. A little transposition for you. Uh, After all the theory's done, I finished the regular development of my pieces. Pretty much, we're gonna like put a rook here. We're gonna go here, and everything's gonna be interesting. He guards his pawn. I take. He takes. I take. Trade everything off. Um, and I put my knight in the center. And then I make this little move just to stop anything, just to try and maybe go here and here, break up his queenside pawns. I move the bishop back, probably looking to go here, trade off everything, and then we get into this endgame where more or less uh, I'm down a pawn, but I have a very powerful pass pawn. So I start marching that pawn, make a little oopsie, but we don't talk about it. And yeah, pretty much and I maneuver, and now suddenly there's a person winning. It's me because I have two pass pawns. Pass pawns are pawns that can't be stopped. And not only that, but what does he have? And suddenly he resigns because let's say if he moves, we queen win. So 3 out of 3 in the tournament. I was feeling really good, and I'm like, all right, let's keep going. Now, strangely enough, we're up against someone who's even lower rated. Oh, well, yeah, you can see our ratings right there. These are the online ratings, by the way. So for when the video comes out tonight, for the one yesterday, my rating, that's my over the board, like classical long time control rating. This is my blitz. My blitz peak is like 2300, but over the board, I'm at my peak of like 1600. It should be higher though. We'll talk about that tonight. Pretty much we get an exchange. Um, Rubenstein French, where point is I get quick development, but it can be uncomfortable because my queen's out. Uh, Pieces are developed, traded off, and yeah, and then he blunders. Just blunders in exchange, and then mate. Pretty quick. And now we are up against the strongest guy in the whole tournament, 2229 versus my 2171 self. So this guy, very strong. See if I can manage to beat him. We get in English, we get some regular development, piece trading. I trade off everything and I choose to go into this end game where I'm like, okay, he has bad pawns. I have a good knight and I have a passed pawn. I like this. He attacks it. I defend it and put my bishop on a potential good diagonal. Puts his knight here. I go here behind the pawn and he attacks these. We trade off again. And yeah, pretty much goal here is to go into this kind of end game where we have as many pieces trade off as possible. So I go here, but me nowadays we just go here and his rook's completely restricted. Some endgame shuffling later, and my pawn's pushing. But how do I get it to promote? That is the question. I go here, but then I queen, and now I'm just up a piece, and now bring my king in, and then suddenly I get a pawn. He sacrifices, but I get a queen, and I win, which puts me at I believe 5 out of 5 going into this tournament. So we're going crazy. Yep, looks like my time pretty much ran out because now I'm up against a national master. He's lower rated, but this is a title player. This is a guy who's 2200 over the board. Very strong. And let's see how I do. We get a completely symmetrical London, pretty much trade off everything, go into this sort of end game, and once we got to this position, I'd only spent like a minute. Um, he goes here, the knight moves back, and pretty much just doing some shuffling, just maneuvering my knight around, trading off a pair of rooks. But now I'm checking, and now I'm making a threat, and he blunders queen. A win's a win. 6 out of 6. 1 round left. It looks like I'm gonna win this no matter what. So let's just see how I manage to finish. All right, C4. Couldn't tell. I'm enjoying the English, and look at that. We get a Grunfeld, just like we were talking about earlier, except I go here. Pretty much everything gets traded off. And here, I'm fairly certain that the winning move is this, but I could be wrong. No way. Apparently, just castles here, and then bishop a3 to stop him from castling. I didn't find it in the game. Because this guy, he's pretty strong for 1700. So we pretty much start trading, trade everything. Literally everything is traded. Pair of rooks is traded. Completely equal. There's physically no way to win this. And we just trade and trade and trade and make a draw. And yeah, and then I ended the tournament with 6.5 points and actually managed to win it. Look at this. Here we are. First place. There I am. 6.5. Straight 6 wins in a row. I don't know why I said oh wait, 2053 is my current rating. Um, but at the time I was like 2180, so I was in pretty good condition, and yeah, managed to win the whole thing, and that got me the top 100 in the nation. So sorry about making all the videos really quick, but I do have to record another one later tonight. And I just wanted to give you like just a quick sense, like quick pace, not much thinking, blitz tournament. But yeah, we made it, and hope you enjoyed.